Hi, I'm Vibreen Samuels and welcome back to another episode of Soul Stirring Astrology, where I give you my textured take on the world of astrology. Well, tomorrow there's a full moon in Sagittarius, and the moon is actually conjuncting Jupiter, which is in Sagittarius, so it's in the sign that it rules. And so here there's a great invitation for you to show emotional kindness, support, expansiveness to yourself and to other people. How can you support and nourish and nurture other people's points of view, their philosophies, their perspective on a particular subject? So it's a really kind connection that you're able to flow into. So it's about how you're able to manifest these feelings of really strong emotions, but kind emotions, inspirational feelings that inspire just your own life, but also other people. Now, with this full moon sequence that's going on tomorrow and for the rest of the week, we've got Jupiter, and Jupiter's being challenged in a number of ways. So we've got the conjunction with Moon and Jupiter. So, you know, what is that vision that you are nurturing, that you are building? Now is the time to step in with your emotional confidence to bring it to life. Jupiter is also about expanding your boundaries, your horizons, and bringing new perspectives. Now, the conjunction of Moon and Jupiter is being squared by Neptune, and Neptune is equally in the sign that it rules. It's in Pisces. And so there may be an inner tension whereby you are thinking about, or you're uncertain about the vision that you have, because whatever Neptune comes into contact with, Neptune is about eroding, diluting, diminishing, blurring the lines of the boundaries that have been drawn. And so therefore you might be feeling as if you're questioning the vision that you have, because both Neptune and Jupiter are dealing with dreams and the visions that you have for your life. And so with the square there, you know, are you uncertain? Are you questioning the direction that you should move into? So you've got two signs which have, you have two planets which are in the signs that they rule. So they're both in very powerful positions. So are you going to be hesitant? Are you going to be sitting on the fence? Are you going to continually, you know, do that Cancerian bit where you're being very retentive about your feelings? There's a sense that you want to keep them covered, you know, like the crab that has a carapace. But actually, because Jupiter is in the sign that it rules, it really is time for you to widen your horizons. Jupiter is also being challenged because there's an opposition between the Sun and Jupiter, and so the Sun is in Gemini. So here there's this lightness of touch, there's this exploration of facts and information and sharing it in a very light way. You know, just gathering all the pieces of information. And so the Sun is in Gemini, so there's a locality. You might be sharing information with people in your local area, for example, or you might be teaching people in your local area. And with the opposition with Jupiter, Jupiter is saying it's time for you to break free of your boundaries. It's time for you to spread your message. You know, step outside of your comfort zone. That's very much what this opposition between the Sun and Jupiter is calling you to do. So here the invitation is, how can you be both global, i.e. representing Jupiter, and local, representing the Sun in Gemini? Is there a way for you to blend the two? If you're teaching something, is there a way that you can put your teaching online so that it can become global? Or, you know, are there opportunities for you to teach what your subject is? And to travel to other countries to do so. So here again, how are you reconciling the deliverance of your actual vision? Are you going to stay small, or are you really going to be dreaming big and finding ways to manifest that? Jupiter again, along with the conjunction with the Moon, but it's facing a quincunx between the North Node, Mercury and Mars. All three of them are in Cancer, so they're forming a quincunx with Jupiter and the Moon in Sagittarius. And so there again, there is a sense of disconnect. With Mars and Mercury, do you have the confidence and the courage to go for your dreams? It's the North Node is there. So the North Node wants you to be flowing into this new way of living, new way of being. With the Moon and Jupiter, it's the end of a cycle. It's a full moon. So are there ways that you need to let go of? How are you getting in your own way? The quincunx is potentially showing you how you do that, but it's also an invitation for you to step away from that, particularly because the stellium between the North Node, Mercury and Mars is forming a trine with Neptune. So here again, it's this echoing. You can live your dreams if you have the courage and the confidence to do so. Again, we have another tension point, which is mirrored because we have the opposition between Pluto conjunct Saturn, which has been with us for quite some time and will be with us for at least the next 7 months. And so they're both in Capricorn. So with Saturn there, it's very much about preserving, controlling, managing the status quo. It's a tried and tested. It's what you're already used to. Pluto there is hacking away at it. So it's calling for it, it's pushing you, it's urging you, it's demanding that you give up, let go of what's not serving you anymore. You know, it's Capricorn, it's Saturn, it likes the respect because you're the mountain goat that has struggled to the top of the mountain, you've achieved some level of status and you don't want to give that up. But it's a new day, it's a new dawn is here. What are you going to do differently? And we have the opposition, so we've got the Pluto conjunct Saturn, that's also about this controlling, managing the status quo. Which is very masculine, I suppose, or you could be looking at it from the case of the animus. So it's very masculine in energy. And then you have the opposition, where you have this North Node, Mercury and Mars in Cancer. And so here the invitation is go with the flow, let go. It's an opposition. What are the great things that you learned from your journey with Saturn in Capricorn that were good? What were the things that really weren't serving you? That's where you use Pluto to hack away at that. And then imbibe the goodness into the journey of the North Node, which is then being trined by Neptune. So it's lots of moving pieces, but if you think about Jupiter, your vision of the world, who you want to be seen as in the world, you know, how are you demonstrating your sense of how do you bring out your inner guru? Now I know that Jupiter is currently retrograding, so it's a great time for you to be going over and mining the wisdom, the nuggets, the knowledge that you have, so that you're able to bring out this inner guru, have this plan, a definitive plan, this definitive inspirational vision for your life. So when Jupiter then does go direct later in the summer, you're very clear in terms of the direction you should be moving into. So Jupiter is being questioned. Jupiter is being challenged by Neptune and the quincunx coming from the stellium. And then the echo again is because of the opposition between this Pluto and conjunct Saturn and the opposition to the stellium again. And then again we have Sun opposing Jupiter. The choice is yours as to whether you have the confidence and the courage. That's really Mercury and Mars saying, you know, come on, you can go for it. There's an inner support that you're pulling on because it's water, so there's a retentiveness. It's about trusting in the flow of your feelings, knowing the direction you're going in, and then taking the action that you need to. So that's it, beautiful people. That's this full moon in Sagittarius, and which brings me to the quote of the day, which is by Albert Einstein, and he said, life is like a bicycle. To find balance, you've got to keep moving. And so how can you keep moving with this transformation that Pluto is inviting you to take account of, to really lead the transformation that's going to enable you to manifest this very powerful vision for your life? So that's it. Put your comments in the comment box below. You know I always love to connect with you. Feel free to share this with anybody in your network, and you can like and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you again on the next episode. Stay well and yeah, take care.